waking. Oh, love be in my sleep. Love be in my laughter. Love be in my grief. Love be in my mouth and words. Oh, love in my hands and feet. Love be in my breathing. Oh, love be my everything. Oh, love be my everything. Love be in my anger. Oh, love be in my war. Love be in my joy and bliss every today and tomorrow. Love be in my longings. Oh, love be in my fears. Love be in my broken dreams. Love be in every tear. Oh, love be in every tear. Compassion in these eyes. Kindness in this heart. In this crazy, crazy world. Love be my everything. Oh, love be my everything. Love be in my working. Oh, love be in my play. Love be in my dreaming. Oh, love, please guide my way. Compassion in these eyes. Kindness in this heart. In this so, so crazy world. Love be my everything. Oh, love be my everything. Oh, love be my everything. Ooh. Good morning, my friends. Good morning. Welcome to Soul Song Saturdays with Heatherlyn, Minister of Magic. I'm so grateful to see some of you arriving here this morning. I'm going to say hello to each of you. Good morning, Jason. I have already said good morning to Jason probably several times. Happy that he's with us here this morning, listening on his way to a job site. Good morning, Brian and Eileen. So happy to see you here this morning. Let's see, Eileen, speaking of kindness that you enjoyed this week, you were answering the question, where did you see kindness this week? Where did it go? The kindness you enjoyed was mangoes from your neighbor's tree, and your favorite color is yellow. I'm wearing a little yellow this morning, so good to see you. And good morning, Teresa. Please, if you haven't already said hello this morning, please say hi in the chat. Make your presence known. I love to know that you are here. I appreciate knowing that you're here. If you'd like to share a word of intention for why you find yourself here this morning, my intention is to bear love as much as I can. That song, Love Be My Everything, will be on my forthcoming Heatherlyn's musical Apothecary album. I'm hoping that some of you might be moved to set it as your alarm clock in the morning. And as we talk today about embracing all of us, all aspects of life, our light and our shadows, we want to draw in love for all of it, all of the things. Good morning, Haley from Minneapolis. I'm so grateful that you're here. Cheers to you, one of my original fans. That is so sweet of you to say. I'm really happy you found your way here this morning and decided to hang out. Feel free to grab a cup of coffee or some candles. Part of our invocation to presence that I love to share with you, it comes from my personal practice, lighting 3 candles in the morning. Most mornings, and honestly, I don't do it every single morning of my life. But hey, Tiffany, want to say hello to you as well. Tiffany, good morning. Excited to be here for this experience, tuning in from right by the Mississippi River in Minnesota. How lovely. So happy that you're here this morning too, from all over the country. We're invoking presence together, our first of 6 practices of presence. This comes from my personal practice. Many mornings I arrive at a little desk in our living room and have some humming music on in the room. And I have 3 actual candles that I light, but I have flameless candles with me for this show because of the small space and wanting to be safe, of course. So I invite you to engage in this practice of presence, this invocation of presence with me, as little or as much as you would like to. If you'd like to light a candle or a few candles yourself, you're most welcome to. I often light a candle for the essence of life, for the great mystery, for the universal presence, whatever the divine by many names, whatever you call it. We light the first candle for spirit, for source, for the infinite supply, you could say, for the river of life, for life breathing you. And I invite you to take a deep breath, acknowledging this presence of the very essence of life, breathing you. And then a second candle, if you like, for what some call the cloud of witnesses. And I think of so many energies that live in our universe, and I seek to honor the presence, the spirit of our kind-hearted ancestors, the wisdom of our ancestors that lives in our DNA, and honoring their presence and what they have to teach us and how they guide us. If in your cosmology, you have guardian angels, perhaps this candle is for your guardian angels. This could be for living people that in your life who you love and celebrate, who are on your heart or mind this morning. You could honor the fact that you are present to them in your heart today. Take a deep breath for these beings and guides, helping elementals if they're part of your spiritual realm. As I'm learning about Celtic cosmology and seeking to reclaim the spirituality of my ancestors, I think of the fairies. And so I seek to honor them and get to know them. And then the third candle is for you and for me, the presence of us here in this place. I'm going to invite you to take 3 deep breaths for your own presence, welcoming yourself, your whole self here. So I invite you to take a deep breath for your mind and welcoming your thoughts here today. If they're spinning or if they're floating by softly and gently, welcoming your mind here today. And then I invite you to take a deep breath for your heart and all that you are holding in your heart space. Welcoming your heart exactly in the shape that it's in this morning. And then I invite you to take a deep breath for your body, welcoming your body and maybe noticing how your body is feeling this morning. And breathing into spaces of tension, breathing out whatever might be not serving you. Breathing in, breathing out, Brian says. I love it. And so welcome to the here and the now, all of you, your light and your shadows, your doubts and your dreams. Welcome, 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 every part of you. And please feel free to continue to chat with one another, share this live stream, and welcome some folks to join us if you like, as I sing this next song. Feel free to share where you have seen kindness or experienced love this week. Feel free to share just for fun your favorite color and why. Happy Pride. We are going to do a rainbow meditation later on in our time together. So if you'd like to share your favorite color and why, you're welcome to. And you're also to simply be here and enjoy the music and engage on any level that you choose. All right? Savor the rain when it falls on your face, subtle breeze it will blow. Sunshine with snow, feel warm when it's cold. Each of the seasons slowly unfolds. Laugh and cry, these are things you can't buy. Misery and delight. Earth touches the sky, in both we reside. The lows and the highs, live fully alive. Live your life as much as you can before it's taken away, taken away. Live your life as much as you can, don't let them take it away, take it away. Be in love with your whole life as much as you can before you go away. Death is nothing you can escape. Live a life before you die. Let out a sigh. Feel free to sigh. Honor the pain, 'cause it points to the place where the medicine goes. What surfaces show space in your soul ready for healing. So it goes. Follow your heart, love's the greatest of arts when you might feel insane. Friendship endures, truthfulness sure. Mourn, grieve, give thanks, and play. Live your life as much as you can before it's taken away. Live your life as much as you can, don't let them take it away. Take it away, be in love with your whole life as much as you can before you go away. Death is nothing we can escape. Live a life before you die. Let out a sigh, feel it all human. Feel it all, take courage. The heart, a muscle torn and broken open, rebuild stronger, opens wider, emptied overflows, opens wiser. So draw on the dawn while the birds sing their song and the clouds move in. Storms will calm, research before long, and the moon moves the shores within. We could slow down, take a walk on the town, or play tic-tac-toe. Smell the rose with her thorns, we can be sure. Good days, bad days, ebb and flow. So live your life as much as you can before it's taken away, taken away. Live your life as much as you can, don't let them take it away, take it away. Be in love with your whole life as much as you can before you go away. Death is nothing we can escape. Live a life before you die. Let out a sigh. Yes. Let out a sigh, my friends. Breathing in, breathing out. Welcome here. Welcome to this place. And I'm so grateful that you have decided to join me here this morning for Soul Song Saturdays with Heatherlyn. Thank you, Haley. Thank you so much. What a gift you are. I celebrate the rainbow of our LGBTQ communities. Thank you for sharing your wonderful gift a lovely Saturday morning. I'm so grateful that you have decided to be a part of it and share your energy with us this morning, Haley. I'm so happy that you are here. And we do celebrate Pride together. We are seeking to celebrate all of life, all that it brings us. I was reflecting this week on light and shadow and the encompassing nature of our lives internally and externally, and the beauty and the richness that comes with embracing all of it. So that was my song, Live Your Life. I kind of think of it as my Memento Mori song. And Memento Mori, if you haven't heard of it, it's a Latin phrase that says, remember, you must die. And it might sound morbid, especially in our culture where we sort of avoid topics like death, or we kind of distance ourselves from it. We try to not be in proximity to the reality of death, I think. And I do believe, of course, we would do well to distance ourselves from forms of violence, from creating unnecessary death, absolutely. And at the same time, one thing that I appreciate so much about Celtic spirituality is the recognition of the cycles and seasons of life, this ongoing pattern of life, death, and rebirth. Ongoing. There's a cycle constantly happening, life, death, and rebirth in our inner lives, in our relationships, in the renewal of our gifts and skills and things that inspire us. In so many ways, we are constantly experiencing life, death, and rebirth. And what is it to attend to that, to those kind of everyday griefs that we experience, to what they surface and trigger for us? One of my favorite, actually, it's one of my favorite lyrics that I've ever written is in that song, Live Your Life. The second verse where it says, honor the pain because it points to the place where the medicine goes. And so today I wanted to talk about, as we, our practice of presence of storydwelling, I wanted to talk a little bit about what it means to embrace both our light and our shadows, the complexities of that, the courage that is required of us to embrace both our light and our shadows. Storydwelling is a word that I made up many years ago now, and it is the name of my live talk show, and it also is the name of an album that we released in 2011. But most importantly for me, this is a practice of presence that I have been carrying into my everyday life, taking it on the road, touring. It's a practice that I seek to engage when listening to the news or encountering people in life or on social media, and encountering different experiences I have of myself even. So it is a practice that I wanted to share with you in our Soul Song Saturdays, and invite you to consider taking into your life, because I find it enriching and transformative and just a really good thing that I wanted to share with all of you. So storydwelling to me is cultivating courageous, compassionate curiosity for ourselves and one another, recognizing the shaping nature of narrative. Storydwelling is an exercise in empathy, again, for ourselves and one another. So thinking about the stories that we were raised with, so our family narratives, our childhood experiences that formed us and developed us and have shaped us. So we think of those stories that do actually dwell within us and that kind of really inform our lives. And so storydwelling is becoming more conscious and aware of those storylines that are on repeat in our minds, and then taking a look at them with curiosity. Where does that come from? Is that a story that's helpful and beneficial to me? Is that a story that I maybe want to re-narrate or replace, with a mantra, to bring in a more beneficial storyline? I'm trying to bring coffee into my invocation of presence. And sometimes I forget to do it when I light the candles, but here we are. So cheers to you. Let me know if you're drinking coffee or tea this morning. I just felt like I wanted a sip as we're sitting here together. So I'm curious if you feel like you have some, storylines in your life that you are paying more attention to these days that are showing themselves. I do believe that when our nervous systems become activated, that's usually related to an experience we've had and a story that we have around that. It could be a trauma response that we experience. We have a story around that, an experience. And usually it's something that's happened in the past, and we need to be attentive to what is being activated in us, what's being triggered or surfaced, because that calls our awareness to attend to that story, to attend to our healing, to participate in our healing, to draw in compassion and love and curiosity. around it. So I was thinking this week a lot about how sometimes we want to hide in the shadows, how sometimes we want to tuck away the things that we don't like about ourselves, our growth edges, when actually these are opportunities to become more of who we desire to be. When we are facing with curiosity and compassion the things about ourselves that we don't like as much or maybe aren't as proud of, we can then lean into those and allow those things to teach us and guide us. So I was looking up some quotes about that, and some that I liked that I came across are from Carl Jung. He said, "There is no light without shadow and no psychic wholeness without imperfection." And so I would love to think about being whole and complete includes embracing our brokenness. Being whole and complete includes embracing our beautiful imperfections. Being whole and complete includes drawing in and embracing our shadow side. There's a beautiful Buddhist quote that says, "Everything that stands in the light casts a shadow." There's an eternal dance of light and shadow that we get to dance with ourselves and embrace and draw in. Leo Tolstoy says, "All the beauty of life is made up of light and shadows." And I love that. I really do believe that the more we embrace with compassion our shadows, the more our light will shine with grace and ease. And then, of course, something that is a little bit of a story-dwelling shift for me when I think about paying attention to the current standard narrative, and then what are some undercurrents of that? What's shifting? What's changing? Something that I have found really profoundly that has blown my mind a little bit is this quote from Marianne Williamson, and some of you have probably heard this before. I love this so much. She says, "Our deepest fear is not actually that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. It is our light, not our darkness, that most frightens us." And I'm curious if you agree with this. Do you feel like you might actually be more afraid of your light and your shine and your sparkle, or are you more afraid of your shadows? I'd be so curious to hear what you think about that. So feel free to share in the chat. So Marianne Williamson goes on to say, "It is our light, not our darkness, that most frightens us. We ask ourselves, who am I to be brilliant, gorgeous, talented, fabulous? Actually, who are you not to be? You are a child of God. Your playing small does not serve the world. There is nothing enlightened about shrinking so that other people won't feel insecure around you. We are all meant to shine as children do. We are born to make manifest the glory of God that is within us. It's not just in some of us, it's in everyone. And as we let our own light shine, we unconsciously give other people permission to do the same. As we are liberated from our own fear, our presence automatically liberates others." How do you feel about that? I want to take a moment to see what you all are saying in the chat here. So, okay, Brian, yes. I have friends who are facing serious health issues and others facing sadness and loneliness. They are on my heart this morning. So I'd like to request prayers of comfort for these friends. I am praying for them and hopefully adding some love into today's cosmic spiritual landscape. Yes, okay, absolutely. We add our hope for your friends, for comfort for them, for relief from that sadness and loneliness, that they may know they're not alone, that they may feel your presence embracing them. And we add our love to yours, Brian, for your friends this morning, and anyone else here who may have some folks on your heart this morning. Brian also sharing love the Carl Jung quotes and other light shadow quotes. Oh, I'm really glad you do. Yeah, I find it fascinating to learn what other people, think and say about this topic. And I also am curious about your ideas around this morning. I know for so many of us, if you know me, I kind of grew up in the religion, the version of Christianity that I grew up in was pretty heavy and oppressive, and taught a lot of fear and shame, taught me, this is a narrative that, shaped me in my developmental years that I am seeking to restory and swap out for a new narrative. So the old narrative was that I should be afraid of myself. I should be afraid of my heart and not trust it. That I really should be ashamed of myself. That's what I was taught in the sort of spirituality that I grew up in. And what I am seeking to swap that story out with now is a story of being inherently loved, being love itself, being a part of the essence of life, having capacity for both light and shadows, for goodness and for destructiveness, and really my choice in life, my agency is about what am I nourishing within my being? How am I bringing, so our first song was love be my everything. So how am I drawing in love, curiosity, and compassion even when I'm angry about something? And I was actually taught that anger was a bad thing, that I shouldn't be angry, especially as someone in a female body. Like anger was not really allowed, but I actually believe that anger, even though it could turn into something destructive, it actually can be a friend. Anger can be a friend to us. It can show us when a boundary of ours has been crossed. It can show us what our boundaries are. It can actually be an incredible teacher. And so the thing with anger then is this energy that's moving through. Emotion is energy that's moving through. So what are you going to do? What sort of channel are you going to be of this particular energy that's going through, so that your anger is beneficial and informative and helpful rather than destructive or violent or taking root as bitterness and causing you to be a resentful person, right? So instead, we want that energy to move through. We want to process it so that it turns into something that's passion about love and bringing goodness and being of benefit to your life and to those in your realm. I believe we all have a realm. We all have a sphere of influence. So I love to sing this Arie song called I Am Light, because so often those of us who grew up in sort of more negative religious experiences that didn't acknowledge both the shadows and the light within us, we were taught to confess things about us that are negative. And often that was actually a practice of shame, And I want us to be about, yes, noticing those areas of life that maybe are calling us to growth, absolutely, calling us to healing. So often things that we recognize as negative about ourselves are actually calls to healing, calls to growth, calls to learning something about ourselves. And so I want us to confess our light as well. And sometimes I think we need to emphasize the things that we haven't been emphasizing more than the things that we have been, right? So I want us to I feel like this song is a bit of it's both story dwelling, shifting our narratives, And it's both a little bit of a musical apothecary because it has that meditative quality and kind of that mantra that is life-giving to us. So thank you, Tiffany, as well, for your responses. Increasing the love. I'm glad you're experiencing something uplifting and resonating with changing our narratives. It does save our lives, absolutely. And for some of us more than others, I believe. So I invite you to take a deep breath and whatever's coming up for you as we're chatting about this today, I allow yourself to draw your awareness to what's coming forward for you, whether it's something that is a lightness about you or a shadow about you. And I invite you to draw in curiosity about those things about yourself. And I invite you to draw in compassion. Because often these places in us that feel broken or wounded or hurting, or these feelings we experience that we don't like, so often what those parts of us need is a big warm embrace. Like we can step back as witnesses of our own lives and really love on those parts of ourselves. And then allow yourself to have some curiosity and imagination and compassion for these parts of you that you can really appreciate, like genuinely enjoy about yourself, that you know you can share, or the things within you that you desire to share with others. So breathing and recognizing all the parts of us, the stuff that we might judge as good or the stuff we might judge as bad. And for a moment, let's leave aside those judgments and remember that ultimately who we are is the truth of our heartbeats. Ultimately, who we are is the grace of our souls. And you and I, we are the gift of life, the essence of life, breathing each of our free and cherished embodiments, joining this great dance, this eternal dance of light and darkness and the shadow that stands in between. And here we are in love and in grace. The things my family did, I am not the voices in my head, I am not the pieces of the brokenness inside. I am light, I am light, I am light. The mistakes that I have made, or any of the things that caused me pain. I am not the pieces of the dream I left behind. I am light, I am light, I am light. The color of my eyes, I am not the skin on the outside. child of God by grace and love's design. No circumstance can change the truth of who I am inside. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine. Shine, let it shine. Sing that with me one more time. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine, let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Yes, I hope you will. Let your light shine today. Do not be afraid. I am asking you to not be afraid of your light, and do not be afraid of your shadows. Teresa says, as a perfectionist, honoring the pain this week has meant practicing not mine, don't try, surrender. Oh, I love this, Teresa. I love that you're drawing in mantras that you find specific and particular to honoring the pain and recognizing that perfectionism and how that informs your life and having that conversation with it. Good for you. That is so beautiful. Good for you. Okay, Brian. The shame message is so prevalent in many churches. It's a message born of fear and a need for control, akin to the message to fear your light, your uniqueness. There's a fear of newness or self-expression because it goes against the status quo of uniformity and sameness. Ah, my friend, yes, that is so true. And I believe that the status quo of uniformity and sameness may be a symptom of the ways that the overarching narrative, the meta-narrative of the white, cis, heteronormative, capitalist patriarchy, that tends to be racist and bigoted against the LGBTQIA community and is focused on what you do rather than who you are and how you be, and then gives a certain sort of privilege to those who are male or the masculine, that can be misogynistic. So I'm not talking about any particular person. I'm talking about a system that's a system of power and hierarchy. And I believe that system tells us that we all need to conform and be about that uniformity or that sameness. It tends to set that status quo. And so whenever we are working towards racial equality or gender equality or equality, whether you're straight or gay, we are bringing in a new narrative that is more life-giving, that celebrates we are one in our humanity. We are interconnected, but that never means uniformity. Unity never means uniformity. True unity honors our uniqueness and the ways that we each contribute. We specialize, we bring in diversity because we need one another. We need each other's unique gifts and shine and sparkle. We need all the colors of the rainbow. We need all the full spectrum of light that is all of these colors of the rainbow. And so let's meditate a little bit on those colors of the rainbow and draw them into our being. There is a color of the rainbow that is associated with each energy center of the body. And so here is a meditation that I do to ground myself. And I wanted to share it with you. The musical Apothecary practice of presence, each of these practices will look different every week. We do Soul Song Saturdays together. Musical Apothecary is often a musical meditation, actually like what we just did with I Am Light. It also could be a different kind of meditation or a mantra. A mantra is a mind vehicle in Sanskrit that helps us renew our minds and transform our minds. So if you are willing and if you'd like to engage in this meditation, I invite you to become a little bit more comfortable where you're standing or in your seat or even lying down. And I invite you to deepen your breath. And we'll start with the root energy center. And so this is your base. This is your feet, your legs, your seat. And if you are seated or standing somewhere, I want to invite you to press your feet into the floor and feel your connection to the earth. Maybe press into your heels and the balls of your feet. Spread your toes. And perhaps envision your favorite shade of red. And on your next inhale, envision inhaling, breathing in that red mist, breathing in through your nostrils to your third eye, drawing it down your throat, filling your lungs, all the way down to your seat, your legs, your feet. And then affirming the energies that live in this space in the body, affirming, I am grounded. I am rooted in love. I am safe and secure. I am home. I am home. I'm home in my body. I'm home in my own skin. I'm home in my own energy. And then drawing our awareness to the space between the hips and envisioning your favorite shade of orange and breathing in an orange mist down to the space between your hips and envisioning that orange glow there. So now you have a red glow and then just above it an orange glow. And maybe even placing your hands there on your hips. And affirming, I am creative. I am sensual, even sexy. I am regenerative. Breathing in. And now drawing your awareness to your abdomen just above your hips, your navel. And envisioning a bright yellow. And allowing your solar plexus to radiate sun energy. As you breathe in that yellow mist, and allowing your belly to glow on your exhale. and affirming, I am passionate. I am vibrantly alive. I am connected to the stars in the sky. I have within me the energy of the sun. And allowing your breath to fill your belly, big and round and beautiful. And then drawing your awareness to your heart space, and maybe even placing your hands on your heart, or one on your belly and one on your heart. And envisioning a green light, a green mist, and drawing in that energy with your breath, allowing it to expand your heart space, and affirming, I have a good heart. I am wholehearted. I am brave and courageous. I am compassionate. Filling your heart with your breath. Eileen, I love the heart emojis with the colors. That's really, really great. And now drawing your awareness to your throat, your voice, the energy center of your voice, and envisioning a light blue, maybe a teal color. Breathing in, maybe noticing all of these energy centers lit up in you, envisioning that rainbow glowing within you, and affirming with awareness, my voice matters. And with my voice, I am impeccable with my words. I am honest. I am kind. I am authentic. Breathing in and seeing your throat glow. And now drawing awareness to your third eye, the space just above and between your eyebrows, about here. And envisioning a royal blue, a deep, rich blue. And breathing in through your nostrils, that blue mist, that deep, rich blue mist. And allowing that space between your eyes to vibrate. And affirming, I am insightful and wise. I am perceptive beyond the physical senses. And I practice awareness and consciousness. Inhaling deeply and perhaps even sitting a little taller, creating space between the vertebrae of the spine, lifting up through the crown of the head. And then drawing awareness to that crown of the head, the very top center. And envisioning purple, the color of spirit, the universal presence, the divine mystery. Breathing in and affirming, I am a part of this great whole. With awe and wonder, I acknowledge my participation in this gift of life, this great dance, this love that infuses every living thing. I am in love. I participate in life. I nurture it. I cultivate it. With my very breath, I breathe. Take a deep, slow breath. And maybe take a moment to scan the body. Envision your whole being alive with this full spectrum of light, these colors of the rainbow, embracing with warmth these beautiful, emanating, radiant parts of you. And perhaps give thanks. I want to say hello to KJ. Thank you for being here this morning. Hope you are well. And thank you, Eileen, for all the the colorful heart emojis. I love them. What a great thing. I love this meditation. How about you? I find it to be something I can carry with me anywhere I go. Obviously, feel free to listen back to this if you want to remember kind of where those energies are located in the body. We breathe into the energy centers to move energy, to let go of stagnant energy, and to really ignite, sort of like lighting a candle, lighting these energy centers up again. Thank you, Brian. I appreciate that. I'm glad that you found it beautiful and hopefully of benefit to your being. So hopefully you might have found a space of deep appreciation for yourself as you did that meditation. I don't know. You can let me know. That as we move into our practice of gratitude, I love this communal practice. I shared with patrons this week a podcast that I listened to on gratitude. I've been doing a little research on gratitude. I don't know if you know, but there is a wealth of scientific data now that says genuine gratitude, even practicing that 16 or 17 seconds a day, will actually be of benefit to your neurology and to your physiology. So the practice of gratitude is actually really, really good for our bodies, our hearts, and our minds. All right. KJ, thanks for all this love. Appreciate you. Yes, you're so welcome. You are so welcome for doing this. It means a lot to me. So I appreciate you. Thank you. So the practice of gratitude is so good for us in so many ways. And so I want to invite us to deepen into the practice of gratitude, to practice gratitude together. Not only simply giving thanks, but truly recognizing the gifts of our lives and deepening into this, not as a mechanism for spiritually bypassing. Like, I'm truly not interested in anyone practicing gratitude if you're not feeling grateful, you know? I don't think it is beneficial to practice like a pretend, like, oh, let me look at the silver lining. That's not always actually really beneficial to us. So I'd like us to draw our awareness as I sing this next song. This is actually a hymn that I've made into an interspiritual one. It's so beautiful. And so I want to invite you to share in the comments during this next song the things that truly cause you to experience deep appreciation and gratitude, genuine gratitude. And if you'd like, maybe even tag someone in the comments that you feel especially grateful for. Maybe they've touched your life, brought like really good energy. Maybe they've helped you re-narrate your story or helped you love yourself a little better. Perhaps you'd like to tag them in the comments. And I would just really love that. So thank you for participating with me today in this practice of gratitude.
Life of all
Feel free to share in the comments your gratitudes, what you are feeling deeply appreciative of today, or who you are appreciating today. And feel free to tag them and let them know why you appreciate them. Yes, all right. Let's see what we have here. Tiffany, grateful for the transformation you are doing in your life. Increasing your awareness has been a huge blessing. Awareness is number one, like a superpower. Absolutely loving this. Oh, yes. Cheers to you. I appreciate that you are appreciating yourself. That is a really beautiful thing. So often we send our gratitudes outward, which is a beautiful thing. And sometimes we need to really show ourselves some appreciation for the work we're doing to participate in our own healing, to transform our own lives. So cheers to you, Tiffany. Appreciate you. And Eileen, grateful for everything because it makes us grow. Isn't it true, Eileen? One of the remarkable things about human beings, I think, is that we can take the shitty things of life and we can turn it into fertilizer for the soil of our souls, right? Really, you all are magical beings. You all are such a gift, and you have gifts to give yourselves and others. Any other gratitudes? We still have time. If you want to share your gratitudes, you are most welcome to. So I am grateful for you. I'm grateful for this time together. We're going to continue to do this every Saturday morning. There's a couple Saturdays coming up in July I might need to be a bit creative about doing, which it might end up being like a premiere of a pre-recording on YouTube at the appointed time. Coming up in July here, but I plan to do this indefinitely every Saturday morning, 9 a.m. Pacific, noon time Eastern, 10 a.m. Mountain time, which is my time. And I want to invite you, if you would be willing and able to consider supporting this show, consider supporting my research and my preparation, consider supporting all of my work, really, if you would be willing and able to do so, perhaps with a one-time gift through Venmo or PayPal. KJ, grateful for love. Yes, absolutely. I am as well. Love that you all are chatting with one another too and appreciating one another. Absolutely. If you have not become a patron of my shows, my live productions, and really all of my creating work, if you have like $10 a month, $5 a month, whatever you feel you're able to contribute, it would be so appreciated to really nourish this journey, sustain this work that really I have devoted my life to. Some of you might or might not know that I don't have a regular paycheck job with health benefits. And so my Patreon community is really what has allowed me to keep being an artist, a singer-songwriter, a live streamer. And I also want to note what Brian is saying here. I'm so grateful for the generosity, and I do still experience this a year and a half later this week, even of people giving relief to Marshall Fire victims. Oh, Brian, as someone who, I just love you, my friend. I love you so much, and your family. And I'm so grateful to know that folks are continuing to support and uplift you and really the community of folks who were impacted by the Marshall Fire. So thank you for noting that. Indeed. Please feel free to keep sharing your gratitudes. That's all really beautiful. One of the ways you can support me and the show is by by following. So if you haven't yet subscribed to YouTube, please subscribe there. That would mean so much to me to grow my subscription following there at YouTube. That would be awesome. Another way to support that's simple but is meaningful and significant is by sharing these live streams, sharing my music, sharing my Bandcamp, sharing my website with people who you think might enjoy the experiences that I create. All of that means so much, y'all. I really appreciate you and your participation in these ways. Okay, excuse me. A couple invitations as we begin to wrap up here. Eileen is asking, is it better if we watch this on YouTube? So I will give you, so being on Facebook is great. So we live stream simultaneously to Twitch, to Facebook, and to YouTube, all three places. So where you kind of hang out on your virtual space is great. I will give you a tip that the sound quality actually is somehow better on YouTube. So I'm not sure what that is, but Jason mentioned that to me, so sorry to the other. But yeah, YouTube is a great place to be. I am working on increasing my content and presence there. Hoping to learn how to generate maybe a small stream of income there as well. Or whatever size stream, actually. I don't know why I needed to cap it at small. But yeah, thank you for asking that question. A couple invitations as we wrap up this morning. I want to invite you to join me for a special Storydwelling love stream on Tuesday, June 27th, 6:30 p.m. Pacific and 9:30 p.m. Eastern. So we have one of my favorite drag queens. I want us to support our drag queens, especially these days, the artistic expression, the joy they bring us. So one of my favorite drag queens is Flamey Grant. If you don't follow her yet, please look up Flamey Grant, follow her in all the spaces. We'll hear some of her story and some of her music. She released a great album last summer called Bible Belt Baby, and she does a great job talking about recovering from religious trauma. So we love Flamey, and we're so excited she's joining us here on the on my live stream platforms. Another invitation for you is my Heatherlyn's musical Apothecary album release concert and party. That will be at the Enigma Bazaar here in Denver, Colorado, October 20th. Save that date. Ticket sales will be happening shortly, and I'll be directing you to the Enigma Bazaar website for that. But please save the date, Friday, October 20th, 10/20/23. More updates coming soon. We will have the first single from the Apothecary album released in July. My song, Let Love Interfere, Love is Love, a continuation of Pride, will be released in July. I'm really excited about that, so stay tuned for all of those updates on the way. And of course, so of course, we want you to please put on your calendar Soul Song Saturdays. You can subscribe for notifications on my YouTube or my Facebook to show up with us here live. You can always watch these back at your convenience. Please invite people. You can use the Facebook event to invite people. You can send them one of my posts to invite them to share in these practices of presence together. Would love to see you back here as many Saturday mornings as you can be. I will be here. So thank you for your presence and your love. Awesome. All right. So our final practice of presence, our final movement is to remind one another as we go into our weeks to be brave in our belovedness. I'm asking you, and I will too, be brave in your inherent belovedness this week, friends. and trust the belovedness, the inherent worthiness of others around you, all whom you encounter, and be courageous in your kindness, all right? And feel free to continue to chat as I close us out with this song from Rent, one of our favorite traditional pride songs, Seasons of Love. 525,600 minutes, 525,000 moments so deep, 525,600 minutes. How do you measure a year? In daylight, in sunsets, in midnights, in cups of coffee, in inches, in miles, in laughter, in strife, in 525,600 minutes. How do you measure a year in the life? How about love? Oh, how about love? Ooh, how about love? Ooh, measure in love. Seasons of love, seasons of love. 525,600 minutes, 525,000 journeys to plan, 525,600 minutes. How do you measure the life of a woman or a man? In truths that they learned, or in times that she cried, in bridges he burned, all the way that they died. It's time now to sing out, though the story never ends. Let's celebrate, remember a year in the life of friends. Remember the love. Oh, remember the love. It's a gift from up above. Remember the love. Seasons of love. Seasons of love. Ooh, seasons of love. Measure your life, oh, measure in love. Seasons of love. Measure your life, oh, measure in love. Seasons of love. Ah, yes, thank you. Thank you, Tiffany. Thank all of you for being here today. Be brave in belovedness. Be courageous in kindness. Thank you again for your presence and your support. See you again next time.